in the city of London. Amazingly, we find that the city's chief symbol is in fact this dragon. Who chose this? Did the city of London and its people vote on what their city crest would be? Are they happy, in fact, with the dragon? Since the Bible says that the dragon is Satan himself. And in fact, when they see their own symbol, their logo representing the city of London, the capital of the great British Empire, do they not understand that the devil is their king? Back to Revelation again. We find that one representation of the dragon is the serpent. There seems to be a kinship of the serpent and the dragon. The book of Revelation chapter 12 verse 9 says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world." Yes, the devil, Satan, is the dragon, and he is, in fact, the serpent. There are many serpents we can find in stone around the world if we simply look close enough. But what does the serpent represent other than Satan? Well, in the occult world, in fact, in the occult dictionary of symbols, we're told that snakes are guardians of the spring of life and of immortality. And they represent the superior riches of the Spirit. Ah, yes. The Bible says it's Satan. The occult world says riches of the Spirit, hidden treasure, the life force. We go over to India. Again, we're taking a journey now. Travels around the world to see how men are so often face to face with the devil, and yet they seem not to recognize who they're up against. And in Bombay, India, this is an effigy of Ganesh, an elephantine Hindu lord of prosperity. Yes, the serpent indeed brings treasure and riches, but the Bible says he brings hell and misery. Here we have the great elephant god and the multi-headed hydra cobra snake worshipped by so many Hindus. These are some of the idols and symbols you find on the Hindu temples. Devils seem to be everywhere throughout the great religion of the Hindus in India and elsewhere. Ultimately, you find that in the Hindu religion, the people worship the great goddess Kali. She is the merciless goddess of death and destruction. She balances the karma of her victims. Here she is, and a man is praying, "Please, please." But it's too late. He has come up against the vampire goddess, the goddess of blood and death, Kali, in the Hindu religion. Next door in China, the dragon is found everywhere in architecture. The serpent is also found, but seems to be less popular subject for architects and craftsmen. This is a piece of pottery recording the year of the serpent in the Chinese calendar of 12 terrestrial animals. In Europe, we find so many serpents, so many dragons. This is the chapel of Sacre de Saint-Michel. It seems that the devil enjoys standing on his head, does he not? In Spain, at the church of San Pedro de la Nave, we find serpentine branches with triangle-shaped bunches of fruit. Architects seem drawn to the serpent. In Chicago, the Windy City is planning the Chicago Spire, a high-rise condo tower. Here we have architect Santiago Calatrava with his model of the Chicago Spire. It will tower some 2,000 feet toward the heavens. It's planned for completion only a few years from now. It will feature condominium living units which sell for a colossal $40 million each price tag. But amidst the luxury, know this, it appears that the entire structure is nothing less than a huge erect serpent. It even has the snake's scales. Who wants to live in a gigantic, erect, towering serpent for $40 million a lick? This is the Prime Minister of Italy, Silvio Berlusconi. And he seems to be captured giving a strange sign with his hand. Ah, yes, we know what that is. The sign of El Diablo, the sign of the devil. But are we jumping to conclusions? Surely the Prime Minister of the great nation of Italy does not worship the devil. Well, maybe this is the University of Texas Longhorn sign. Maybe this is a sign of the deaf's I love you. Could it be? Well, we want to give Mr. Berlusconi the benefit of the doubt. But hold on. Let us visit and take an aerial photo of the great estate and mansion where Mr. Berlusconi, the Prime Minister of Italy, resides and lives. Very beautiful manicured grounds, but oh my. Oh my. On the grounds, what do we see? A serpent, a crowned serpent, devouring humanity? What is the message? Prime ministers, popes, the great men of the earth in New York and Chicago, London, Rome. It seems that the whole world lieth in wickedness. And should we be surprised? The Apostle John, in a message from God, tells Christians we know that we're of God, but the whole world lieth in wickedness. And in that same book, 1 John chapter 5, he reminds Christians, little children, keep yourself from idols. In the United States, it seems we have many idols of the beast, of Satan. This is a great serpent. You'll be surprised to discover this serpent attacking these men on a frieze on the United States Supreme Court building. Oh, yes. The judges seem to be connected somehow with devouring serpents. Visit as a tourist this great city, Washington, District of Columbia, and you will find, overlooking the Washington Monument, which is an Egyptian obelisk, you will find this great Delphic oracle-styled tripod firearm having 3 beast paws or feet. And is that what we think it is? Well, yes, indeed. Notice the serpent's heads at the very top round part of this great piece of architecture. Serpents in Washington, D.C. Of course, even the city's layout is designed as satanic pentagrams and stars, as these examples indicate. Back to New York City again. We can't stay away from the devil's city, where we so often come face to face with the devil in an unexpected way. Atop New York's magnificent Grand Central Terminal is this massive statue of the mystery god Mercury, also called Hermes. But what is he carrying in his hand? Yes, it's the caduceus serpent pole. 2 serpents wrapped around this great pole. Vanderbilt, a Freemason, has a statue below the Grand Central Terminal. He was the builder of this magnificent building. Vanderbilt once said that he never made a business decision until he first communicated with his spirits in the other world. Never made a business decision. And he said that his whole life had been consumed with making money. The spirits, the devils, told him what to invest in. Also in New York, we go back to Central Park and we have a nice little stroll in the park. We've already seen some of the devils in Central Park, but here's another creature. Does this stone winged bat also represent Satan?